Welcome so much to today's online workshop. Today here your tutor is Overseer Ken Willie, and I'll be with you throughout this first session, lesson 1 of the beginner section. So today we are going to handle everything on the beginner section, starting from the naming of keys and also to the outline of the chords, the basic of chords, the semitones, the whole tones, the scales, the solfa notation. So today we are going to start. Let's start on the intro. So I have a website with me here to help me have a guideline on what we are going to handle today. So allow me to switch immediately to module 1. So module 1 we are going to tackle on piano. So a difference between a piano and a keyboard. So piano is a musical instrument that produces sound in acoustic way or in natural way, while a keyboard is a music instrument that produces sound electronically. That means that it needs electricity to produce sound. Piano or the keyboard consists of some pressables. When you look at here these pressables, you find that there are a bunch of black keys and also a bunch of white keys, over here. Now when we come to naming the 12 sets of keys, as you can see here, we have sets of keys. We have a collection of black keys and white keys. So ukiangalia vizuri kuna zinaka batch of 3 and a batch of 2 of blacks. So we have 5 black keys, 5 blacks and 7 whites. We call it an octave. Now let's switch quickly to the naming of these keys. So number 1, we can name these keys in 2 methods. Number 1, that is the ascending method. So meaning if you count these keys while ascending, when you look at this keyboard, you can see that there is a batch of 2 black notes and then also a bunch of 3 black notes. So when we start with a bunch of 2 black notes, then there is a white key. When you look closely, that's where keyboard starts without repeating itself. So now this first note is the name is called key C. So this is C, then followed by D, followed by E, followed by F, then followed by G. G being the maximum, that means there is no H, there is no I or J. So that means we need to start all over again from A. So we are going back to note A, then B, then back to C. Then like that you repeat like that. Now what about the black keys? Now the black keys acquire these names from the white depending on the direction. Now when you name according to as you ascend, so they will acquire the name of the key, the white key before. So for this black note, there is a white note here before we start. There is a white note here. So we said that this is C. Now if this is C, so that means that this one is C sharp, then followed by D, then D sharp, then E, then F. Now this one becomes the F sharp. Then we go to G. Now this one becomes now the G sharp. Then to note A. Then this one acquires the name A sharp. Then we go to B. Then back to C. Now those are the names that we give them depending on how you acquire them, how they acquire the name on ascending order. Now we can name them also depending on descending order. That means when you start from top, this now becomes B. Now this black note over here becomes B flat. Then this one is A. Now this one acquires the name A flat. Then this is G. Now this one becomes G flat. Then we have F. Then this is E. Now this one becomes E flat. then this is D, then this one is D flat. This is D flat. Now when you acquire these names like this, these are the names of the keys. Now when you reach at this point, it's very important to know that also there is a distance between each of these notes. Now the distance between each note is called a semitone. Like for example, the distance between C and C sharp, this is called a semitone, and also a distance between the C sharp and the D, this one is also a semitone. Now these are two semitones. This is from the distance between C, C sharp and D. But when you look closely, from C to D, there is a black note in the middle. Now that means that the distance between C to D is a whole tone. So the distance again between D to D sharp, that's a semitone. Then from D sharp to E, that's also a semitone. And now collectively the distance between D to E becomes a full tone. Now we can call it a full tone or a whole tone depending on how you want to name them. Now there is no black key between E and F, so that means the distance between E and F is a semitone. Then distance between F and F sharp, semitone. Distance between F and G is a whole tone. Praise the Lord. Now once we know about that, we can go ahead now to finish on the solfa notation, so that we can finish this first session. So the solfa notation, this is the musical ascending or descending order of notes in a key, the basic known as the do re mi. For example, in key C we have the do re mi fa sol la ti do. Now how do you form them? So each key has its own solfa notation. So we said that a collection of 5 black keys plus the 7 white keys makes it a total of 12 keys, meaning each key has its own solfa notation. So today we are going to tackle on 2 keys. I'll be switching on 2 keys that we basically use in this ministry of repentance and holiness. That is key C and key of F sharp. Now in key C, how do you form now the solfa notation? Now there is a formula over here. Allow me to zoom in so that we can all see it. Now this is the formula for us to get the solfa notation. You start with the key itself. Now this is C. Now you start counting from the root, that is the key itself. Now you start from C, then you go a whole tone. So distance between here to here to D, that's a whole tone because there is a black note here in between. Then from here to E is another whole step because there is a black note in between. Now distance between E and F, there is no black note in between, so that one becomes a semitone. Now let's count all together now. So from F to G is a whole tone, then another whole tone to A, then another whole tone to B, then a semitone back to C. Okay, so let's count again. Root, then whole tone, half, whole tone, then half. So congratulations, you are able to make a solfa notation in each key. Now let's turn our focus to the key of F sharp, for example. Now we have F over here. We say that the black note acquires the name that is of the previous white key just right before it. Now this is F, so this one is F sharp. Now let's make a solfa notation now from F sharp. Now we have F sharp, then from F sharp to G, that's a semitone, but from G to G sharp, that's a whole tone. So from F sharp to G sharp, that's a whole tone, so we have 1. Then to A sharp, that is the second whole tone. Then the formula says we drop it by half. then a whole step, then another whole step, then another whole step, then a half step. That's how you form the Solfa notation. So you have that's how you form its Solfa notation. So up to this point, allow me to switch quickly to a next section of today. So allow me to move quickly, and then later on I'll give time for question and answer. So we jump to module 2. Now here I want us to focus on one thing here. So we're going to tackle on the major scale. We can choose one key. Sorry for that. We can choose one key, that is the F sharp. Then we choose to the major scale for now. Then later on we'll go and tackle on the minor scale. Now this is the key of F sharp, as we had said earlier. From the formulation of the Solfa notations, this is how you form the F sharp scale. So we have the F sharp, then we have the G sharp, then we have the A sharp, then we have the B, then we have the C sharp, then we have the D sharp, we have F, then finally we have back to F sharp. So that means from F sharp to G sharp, hold on, to A sharp, hold on, to B, half a step, then to C sharp, whole step, to D sharp, whole step, then F, then to F sharp. That's how you form the Solfa notation of F sharp. That is the F sharp major scale. Now we have different types of scales, though today I wanted us to tackle on only the major scale. So next time we are going to tackle on the harmonic minor scale, the pentatonic scale, and also the blues scale. But for now, don't worry, we'll come back to that again. Now let me skip it onto the module 3 of today's lesson. So here we are going to look at the major chords and minor chords. So we are going to look at chords. Now the question that anyone can ask now, what is a chord? Now when you play one note at a time like this, that is a solo. But when you play two or more notes together, then that's a chord. Whether two notes together or more than two, it can be three, that is a chord. Now we have also a number sequence in each of the Solfa notation, the root being the first, then the second note, then the third note, then 4, then 5, 6, then we have the 7th note, then we have the 8th note. But now when we form the chords, today we are going to look at 6 chords today. So we learn chord 1, then we're going to learn chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, and chord 6. Now let's start with chord 1. How do you form a chord 1 on F sharp scale? Now it's not a hard thing, it's a very easy thing. Now, what you do according to that scale, everything on the scale, allow me to touch everything on the scale. Now this is the F sharp scale. Now in this F sharp scale, what you are going to need is just to touch one number, then skip next on the scale. You skip 2, then you touch 3, then you skip 4, you touch 5, and that's how you form chord 1. Now forming chord 2, you start with the second position, or rather the second note in the F sharp scale. So this is the second note, so you start from there. You skip this since it's the one that follows in the same scale. Then you touch that one, that's the 4th note. You jump the 5th note, you touch the 6th note. Now that is chord 2. Then chord 3, you start with the number 3, then you skip 4, you touch 5, you skip 6, you touch 7. Now that one becomes your chord 3. Then we continue chord 4, you hold number 4 in that Solfa notation, you skip number 5, you hold 6, you skip 7, then you hold 8. Now you have number 4, 5, same, you touch that one, skip one, touch that one, skip one, touch one. That's chord 5. Same chord 6, touch that one, skip next on the scale, touch next, skip one, then touch the other one. Now you have chord 6. Chord 7, you touch 7th note, you skip the first note, you touch the second note, you skip the third note, then you touch the 4th note, then you have the 7th note, then on the 8th note you touch the 8th, you skip the next on line, you touch the next, you skip one, you touch on the next. Now here you have chord 8, which is exactly same as chord 1. So that's about chords. Allow me to repeat again. Chord 1, you touch the first note on the scale of the Solfa notation, you skip one, touch one, skip one, touch one. So now you end up with chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 7, chord 8. 8 is same as chord 1. Hallelujah. Now allow me to take you to the next one. So the next module, I want us to this is chord 1 now, and then this other one is chord 2. Let me flash it again. Then we have chord 3, then we had chord 4, then we have chord 5, then we have chord 6, then we have chord 7, and also now here we have a very important note. Let us read this important note. So there are 6 chords commonly used, that is chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, and chord 6. Chord 7 is a diminished chord, so we will tackle on the diminished chords on the next time. But for now, allow me to skip that one, but put a pin on it. We shall revisit that. Note number 3. So half of the 6 chords are major, while half of them are minor. Now, what are the major chords and what are the minor chords? So I want us to tackle on that here in the next module. Now, for the major chords, we have three major chords, that is chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. These are where we mostly play our worship songs. And then we have the minor chords. That is half. That means that if there are 6 chords, half of them are major, then half of them are minor chords. Now, the minor chords are chord 2, chord 3, and chord 6. Now, the use of these minor chords, number 1 is to beautify the song, and number 2 is to act as a replace of a major chord. So we'll come back to that. Now, we have a chord table over here. Now, in this chord table here, we have the formulation of every chord to its major chord, and the major chord to its minor chord. Now this is the formula that is mostly used. We have capital M. We have capital M standing in for the major chord, and we have a symbol of small m that stands in for the minor chords. Now this is the formula. When you want to move from the major chords to the minor chord, so that means if chord 1 looks like this, so we say that number 1 is a major chord. Now if you want to convert this major chord into a minor chord, what do? This middle note, the third note, is the one that is being affected in its root position. Now, how is it affected? It moves either up by a semitone or moves down by a semitone. Okay, now let's look at this chord table. We have chord 1, then we have chord 2, we have chord 3, we have chord 4, we have chord 5, and we have chord 6. of it is major, then half of it is minor. Now we said earlier also that number 1, 4 and 5 are major chords, then number 2, 3 and 6 are minor chords. Now in this table we are going to fill in the exact chords, rather the notes, by names, and also we are going to fill in the blank spaces. So each major we are going to convert it into a minor, and also vice versa, the minor converting it into major. Now chord 1, it's a major chord. How do you form it into a minor? The third note, you lower it by a semitone, it becomes number 1 minor. Now this is F sharp minor. So on the chords table you are supposed to write the notes, the exact notes. Now this is F sharp, we have A sharp, then we have C sharp. Now if you're converting it into F sharp minor, so that means that note you lower it, now it becomes F sharp, we have A, then we have C sharp. Now that's what we are going to fill in on the blank spaces. Now let's go to chord 4. Chord 4. So chord 4, we have B, we have D sharp, and also we have F sharp. Now converting it into a minor, we said that the middle note, you lower it by a semitone. Now it becomes, it sounds like that. Now these notes over here, so this is B, this is B, then we have D, then we have F sharp. Now that is what we are going to fill also on the blank space on the minor table. Now I want to give you a homework. You find a chord 5, then try to lower it and come up with the 5 minor, or rather the C sharp minor, and also fill in the chord table, and also you fill the chord table with the correct notes. Now let me switch it to a minor. This is chord 2. Chord 2, the nature of chord 2 is a minor. Now if you want to convert a chord 2 into a major chord, what you do, the third note or the middle note is being affected, but this time you raise it by a semitone. How do you do that? So the middle note, you raise it by a semitone. Now you have, this is G sharp, now you have from G sharp minor to G sharp major. That's how you convert it. Then number 3, 1, 2, 3. Now this third note is A sharp. So A sharp minor, since number 3 is a minor. To convert it into to A sharp major, now what you do, the third note, you raise it by a semitone, then it becomes A sharp major or B flat major. So that's how you fill in this table. And then I want to give you a homework. We have also chord 6, that is the D sharp. Now the D sharp being a minor, so that means you have to convert and fill the table with D sharp major. So that's a homework you are supposed to do. Now at this point we are moving fast. Now allow me to skip this module, since we have finished it. We have come to the end of module 3 section 1. Now let's move to section 3 to module 3 section 2. Now here in module 3 section 2 we are going to tackle on these things. Number 1, that is the chord inversion. So we have the root position, then we have the first position, the first inversion rather, then we have the second inversion and the third inversion. Now how do we know if there's a root inversion, or which inversion is the first, which inversion is the second, and which inversion is the third? Now chord inversion is the changing of chord position without changing the actual sound. Inversions can be done as you raise or lower the chord across the octave root position, is the same as the third inversion. The difference is that the other chord is has a different octave. Now let's look at chord 1, at the inversions of chord 1. Now when you look closely at this point, you now see these keys having dotted colors, and symbolizes the difference of the inversions. Now let's look at the first inversion, having the red color or the maroon color, depending on how you see these colors. Now the first note has F sharp, then it has A sharp, then it has C sharp. Now if you want to change this into to invert it rather, so what you do, you release F sharp from the lower side, then you find another F sharp on the upper side, and then you release the former F sharp, and now you touch the new F sharp. Now this one becomes your first inversion. This one becomes your first inversion. Now your second inversion, so you release the lowest note that you have, that is A sharp, and you find a replace of it F sharp on the upper side. Now this one becomes the second inversion. Now as you have now known how we are doing it, the lowest note now becomes the C sharp. Now when you invert the C sharp, you release it, find another C sharp on top, and then you release the lower C sharp, then you touch the higher C sharp. Now you have a complete inversion, the third inversion, which is the same exact as the first inversion, only that the third inversion is an octave higher. So congratulations, that is what we call an inversion. Now if you look at those marks, so the red marks looks like this, the first inversion. Then when you release, you get the second inversion. You get the first inversion rather. Then those with blue symbolizes the second inversion, and then those with green symbolizes the third inversion, which is exact as the first inversion. Now this is chord 1. So let's skip to chord 2. Let's go next to chord 2. We have let me put chord 2 and 3 over here. Now chord 2 sounds like this. So you have G sharp, then you have B, then you have D sharp. Now if you release the G sharp on the lower side, and then find another G sharp on the upper side, now this one becomes the first inversion. Then you release the B on the lower side, find another B on the upper side, you get the second inversion. And then you release the D sharp on the lower side, then find another D sharp on the upper side. Now this one becomes the third inversion, which is exact same as the first inversion. Now if you look closely at this chart, that is the simplest method of explaining the inversions. So I'm going to share the link below of the website that we this website that we use to learn, rather that we be using to learn in this online workshop. So it has a lot of things, so that it has a lot of things you can recap. So we have chord 5. Now this one is a major chord. So chord 5 looks like this on its root position. So let's invert this number 5. Now number 5 is number 5 is categorized so we at chord 7. So sorry for that power outage. So we were at chord 7. Now chord 7 looks like this. Now chord 7 is comprised of F, we have the G sharp, we have B. Now if you want to invert this one, Now that means that you will have to remove the lower F and find another F on the upper side. Then the next chord, the next note rather, the G sharp. So you remove the G sharp from the lower side and get another G sharp on the upper side, and then remove this the second inversion. Now the third inversion, you remove the lower B to the upper B, and you find your chord 7. You are fully inverted from the root, the first inversion, the second inversion, and to the third inversion. So as you can see here, so the first inversion, the root position, that was the initial position that we had on the chords, symbolized by this red color, and then the first inversion rather, symbolized with this color orange, and then the second inversion we have the blue color, and the third inversion we have the green color. Now you have to practice now how to invert these chords. So slowly by slowly, you can start with F sharp, the root position, the first inversion, the second inversion, the third inversion. You continue to 2, root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion, just like that. Number 3, root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion, and you do to the rest of the chords. That's chord 4, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. We have chord 5, the root position. We have the first inversion, we have the second inversion, and we have the third inversion. And also chord 6, we have the root position, we have the first inversion, second inversion, and the third inversion, which is same as the root position. Now we have completed module 3, section 2. Now let's jump to module 3, section 3, as we conclude on today's lesson. So on this module 3, we are going to look on the left hand, how we play the left hand, so that we can conclude properly how to play grand piano on the F sharp scale. Now on this one, this is where things get a little bit tricky, because now you are going to play with 2 hands, and that means when you play with 2 hands, there will be the sound now becomes richer, and also now this is where now you have to be keen on what you're playing. So but with practice, everything becomes perfect. Now let's start with the left hand, and then we have the arpeggios, then we'll finish with the octave position. Now we start with the left hand. Now the left hand has the weight of chords, of the chord sound, and it is usually played on the lower part of the keyboard, meaning if this is the middle part, then the left side is always played on the lower side. Now we have chord 1. Now how do you form a chord 1 on your left hand? Now this is how you form chord 1 on your left hand. Now you have chord 1 over here. Now you remember the middle note that was usually affected on the minor and major on the chord chart, on the chord table. Now that note is the one that you assume. You assume that, and then you look for the lowest note that you're having, that is the F sharp. You find another F sharp on the upper octave. This is the F sharp on the upper octave, and that's how you form the left hand. Allow me to repeat. We have chord 1, that is the F sharp, the A sharp, and the C sharp. Now you release the middle note, that is the A sharp, and you find another F sharp on the upper side or the upper octave, that one. Now you play like this, and you get how to play the left hand. Now when you need to play together, so when you have chord 1 over here, and then you add the left hand, now listen to this sound. It becomes a very rich sound. Again, Same applies to the rest of the chords. Now we can move to chord 2. Chord 2 looks like this. You remember chord 2. Now let's put it on the lower side. This is chord 2. Now chord 2, we have G sharp, we have B, then we have D sharp. Now the middle note here is note B, so you're going to release a note B and find the lowest note here having bearing the number. This is the number 2 on the F sharp scale, and this is G sharp. So you find another G sharp on the upper side, Now this is G sharp. Now you have a chord 2 on the left, now and on the right you play together chord 2. Now we can move faster. We can go to chord 3. The middle note, you assume it. Then the lowest note, the A sharp, you find it on the upper side. Now you have chord 4. You get the middle note, you assume it, and then you find since B is on the lower side, you find another B on the upper side. Now this becomes chord 4. Chord 5, you do the same. Chord 5, you assume the middle note. Then this C sharp, you find another C sharp on the upper side, and then you get chord 5 now with a very rich sound. Then chord 6, you do it the same. You release the middle note, then find the D sharp now on the upper side. Beautiful. Amen. Praise the Lord. And here is the reference. We have chord 2, we have chord 3, then we have chord 4, we have chord 5, and we have chord 6. Now we have chord 7. Let's do chord 7. Now this is the 7th note. You remember chord 7? We do it here on the lower side. This is chord 7. Now with chord 7 is a bit different now because you release the middle note. But if you find this chord have a bit of sound that is unique because it's a diminished sound, and we said on the next lesson we're going to tackle on the diminished voices. But just listen to this rich voice. So you assume the middle note, and then F being on the lower side, you get another F on the upper side. Now all together. Now let's do it all together from the first note, that is chord 1, to chord 7. And here is what it will sound. So chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, and chord 7. Then chord 8 is the same as 1. So at this point we are moving fast. Then now let's look at an arpeggio. Then what is an arpeggio if somebody asks? Now an arpeggio, this is a rhythmic playing of notes up or down the scales, known as solo notes. The left hand usually uses arpeggio while playing. Instead of playing it as chord, play the note one by one. Now this is what this means. So instead of you playing it as a block, on the left side you are supposed to play it one by one. So play it one by one. So we can do it again. Now this is the official way of playing the left and the right at once. Like that. Very beautiful. Number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is same as 1. Just like that. That is what we are going to tackle shallow on the arpeggio. Now let's finish now with the chord position, the octave position rather, as we finish up on today's lesson. Now what's an octave position? If somebody asks you what's an octave position, Now, octave position, this is where all the chords are compressed to one octave without changing the original sound of the chord. Let's look at here the example that we are given here. You remember the notes that we used to assign the inversions. We have taken the same chord table. Now, if you look at chord 1, you can see the red having the root position, the yellow having the first inversion, the blue having the second inversion, and the green the third inversion. Now, if you want to fit all of these together, we can create an imaginary line as we are shown here. Now we want to fit all the chords inside here without us having to play on different octaves, like maybe 1 on different octaves, then we find like 3 different octaves, you'll find like 6 on a different octave. Now, for example, we can draw also our imaginary line. Now we can put an imaginary line over here and another one over here as we are shown. Now this is note E, then we have another note E, so we have E to E as an imaginary wall. Now let's look at this thing. Now we have chord 1, as we said. Is it within the imaginary walls? Yes. Now let's look at chord 2. Is it within our imaginary wall? Yes. Now let's look at chord 3. Is it within our imaginary wall? No. One note has gone beyond. Now if a note goes beyond, what do? You look for the same note but within the bracket of the imaginary line. Now this one was F. There is an F here on the lower side inside the imaginary note, the imaginary walls. Now you shift now from these 3 to these 3. Now that is within the E imaginary line. Now let's look at chord 4. Chord 4 looks like this. When you look at this again at chord 4, you find that this note, the F sharp note, is outside the imaginary line. Now what do? You find the F sharp chord inside the imaginary line. There is an F sharp over here. Now this one becomes your new chord 4. Now let's look at chord 5. Chord 5, we can place it at the bottom here, chord 5. Now if you look at this chord 5, there is a note here that is outside the imaginary line, and this is not C sharp. Now you find another C sharp inside these imaginary walls, and there is a C sharp on this side. Now this one becomes your new 5. Let's look at 6. We have our walls here. Then this is chord 6. Then now there is a note here that is outside the wall, and this is the D sharp. Now you find another D sharp inside the wall. Now this one becomes your new chord 6. Now from now henceforth, we shall only look at chord 1 up to 6. That is where we will be laying our focus from today, or rather maybe from now until we finish the lessons. So we are going to look at chord 1 up to 6. Now within the walls, now let's recap what we have done. So this is chord 1, chord 2, then chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, and chord 6. So you find we have placed all the chords inside the imaginary walls without changing the sound and without having to shift to an octave higher or an octave lower. Now at the end of these conversions, this is what you will come up with. Now you have chord 1 inside the walls, we have chord 2, we have chord 3, we have chord 4, we have chord 5, and we have chord 6. Excellent. Now congratulations, you can now play any simple song. Now you can play it as long as you are given the numbers. Now let's look at these sample songs. The first song, this is Through It All. I've learned to trust in Jesus. The notes that we are given is 1, You remember 1, then note 3, then chord 4, then chord 2, then chord 5, then chord 5, then chord 1. Now let's do all together with both our left on the arpeggio and the right one on chords, using the same imaginary walls. So now your through it all song will sound like this. Beautiful. We can go to the second song. We have Jesus is the King of Kings. Now you start with chord 5, then chord 4, then chord 1, then chord 6. Okay. Now thank you. This is Gracious Senior. Now we are going to do the chords. The chord that here we are given chord 1, then we are given chord 5, then we are given chord 2, then we are given chord 6, then you are given chord 1, then you are given chord 5, then you have given we have been given chord 4. So chord 4 is twice, then you finish with 5, then you start with 1. Beautiful. Now for us learners, we are going to do all these songs pretty much simple. So we are going to look at them. Also, let me put it as a homework. So all of us, we are going to try to play using these chord numbers that we are given here. So you try to play it as a chord, and also try to play it using the right hand, and also mixing the right hand, also using the imaginary walls. So allow me to close this here. So we have come to the end of module 3, section 3. So thank you so much, all of us that have followed from start until this point. I know we started late, but at least better late than never. We had faced quite a challenge, but the Lord has helped us. And now these online lessons will continue from now until the entire syllabus that was posted, until it's over on November. So thank you so much. Now allow me at this point open the platform for the questions. Anyone with questions, I'll read on the comment section. Those who have questions. Any questions? You can feel free to ask any question, any place that you feel that we need to revisit, any part that you need maybe to ask a question or two. You can write your question on the comment section as we finish up on today's lesson. We have Hesbon asking a little clarification on how to blend the left side with the chords. Now this one I'll gladly repeat. How do you mix the left hand and the right hand? Now we said that if you have chord 1, first of all, you must know how to form the left hand of this chord. Now on this left hand I will touch the same chord, but now the middle note over here you are going to assume it. The lowest note now being the F sharp, you find another F sharp on the upper side, and now this one becomes your new left. And also according to arpeggio you are going to play one by one, and also on the right hand remains chord, so that means you are going to play together. Now how do you know where to enter and where to play the arpeggio? Now the first note on the lower side rather, you touch them together, so you place them together, and then the other two notes you accompany them with a rhythm. That's how you do. So chord 1 again, that's how you do it. Now we have acting saying expound more on chord 7. Now chord 7, I want us not to focus on it so much, because we say that chord 7 is a diminished chord, and we have the next lesson on diminish. The next lesson that we'll touch again on the theory, we shall touch on the diminished chords, because we have so many kind of difference of chords. Now the diminished, we have the suspended, there are so many, so allow me to save it for the best of that time. We have Evans Okumu saying, please can you repeat the arpeggio? Yeah, arpeggio, I can repeat it. Now allow me now to use a different number. So let's use chord 2. Chord 2. Now chord 2 sounds like this. Now on your left side, you can touch chord 2 first, then assume the middle note. Now the lowest note that you have on this side of the chord 2, this note, the name of it is G sharp. Now you find another G sharp on the upper side. That's how you form your left hand. Now you play it together as a chord, but remember on your left side you have to play the arpeggio, meaning the first note you play together with the chords, and then the second notes follow, yeah, with a very sweet rhythm. So this is how it will sound. Again, depending on how well you have done practice on the inversions. So if you do a lot of inversions, you find that this is chord 2 and this is also chord 2. Now we have notes of chord 2 here on the upper side. Now you can continue playing the note that follows also on chord 2 on the left side. Now it will sound like this on the left hand. So left hand adds a lot of weight to your chords, so it is very, very important for you to practice on the arpeggios. Another person is asking, will the lesson still be available on YouTube? Now all of these lessons are going to be uploaded on YouTube for the sake also of those who are at school, the boarding school. We want them when they come out from boarding school that they can find these videos and also review them. So yes, we are going to host all the online tutorials on YouTube. Will the lesson be there for download? I'm not sure of that. We have John again asking, are there notes for today's class for those who joined a bit late? Yes, this website, I'm going to share it on the groups, so you'll find a copy of that website, and then you can look at it, and then you can catch up while you follow on this video. So thank you so much for all of us who have joined. Thank you so much. Allow me to end this lesson of today here at this point. So the next lesson will be mid of February, so the link will be posted. the link will be posted there. Now allow me to end this live. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much.